to another episode of Don't Quote Us. Today we're going to be doing an update on the anime that we've been watching here in the winter of 2019. So it's kind of a mid-season update. My name's Jeremy.
I'm Chad. And please remember to like and subscribe. It really does help us build our viewership.
Yes, it does. All right. So without further ado, we're going to go right into a couple of new shows we started watching partway through the season that we didn't cover in the first episode, or first viewing, whatever. Kaguya-sama, Love is War. This one actually, I don't remember how we stumbled upon it, but I think myanimelist.net, which is a great site to find shows that are popular, it had it listed. We checked it out, and my God, I fell in love with this thing right away.
Yeah, and it wasn't something that we normally would have typically picked up on, but yeah, we did check my anime list. It came out incredibly highly rated. We said, okay, let's give a shot for the first episode. And I gotta be honest, pleasantly surprised. This was a very, very funny series.
Different.
Very different.
Very different. Almost like Battle of the Whips over and over and over again. Repeatedly.
Yeah, they literally took standard sort of typical romantic interactions and turned it into a almost chess-like battle between two people, a battle of wits and wills. Been really surprised with it. The intro for it is amazing.
007-ish. So much
Completely like the old classic 007 intros.
Yes, the old school like 70s ones. Oh, yes. And every episode is not a 30-minute continuous thing. It's more a 2 to 3 segments depending on the episode where it's just like a battle of the wits, then a winner is declared, and then it goes on. And the narrator in this, the narrator is a character in itself.
Yes.
And is so great. And I guess dry humor, is that a good way to put it?
Oh, it's very much dry humor.
Dry humor is just awesome. I mean, definitely, Kaguya-sama, Love is War, check it out. I know it's on Horrible Subs. Not sure where else you can watch it.
Crunchyroll also has it.
Crunchyroll does have it. Great. Thank you, Chad. All right. I know Black Clover is one of our viewers mentioned and asked us what we thought or to check it out. I know you've been watching it.
So I did start watching Black Clover. I didn't start watching it from the very beginning, and I did get caught up to, I want to say around episode 50.
Whoa.
And and then I sort of lost interest again. There's a current arc that it was in at that point, and it just kind of lost me. So it's on what I would call it a soft pause right now.
Back burner.
I'll get back to it. But Black Clover is good. It's got a lot of potential to it. The main character takes a little bit of getting used to, but this is going to be very much along the lines of a Naruto or One Piece or a Bleach. This is a huge series. This is one that I fully expect, as long as the source material keeps going, is going to go a couple hundred episodes easy. It's got legs on it, and it's going to run for all that it's worth.
Typical shonen flair?
Oh, very much
Okay.
typical shonen.
Okay.
So I think this has got a lot of potential to it, and I will be coming back to it. But right now I've got a lot of other things that are on my plate, and I'm focusing more on those. So I will come back to Black Clover because I really do like what I've seen so far. But right now it's on a soft hold.
All right. Well, there you go. For a viewer that recommended that, it's not a bad, but just on pause. The time I got I was reincarnated as a slime, going to be proper. I started watching it very late. I'd only watched, I think, the first one last time we got together.
Right.
And, oh, geez, I love this show. I have fallen in love with it. I think I'm at episode 15 or something.
And I wasn't sure if you were going to like it or not. We've had some discussions about the isekais, and he generally does not like overpowered characters where everything comes to them way too easily.
No, but we had a conversation the other day about it's because of the fact he's overpowered and the show is built around the concept.
Correct.
Instead of him being overpowered and the show almost like not recognizing that they did that they made such an overpowered character. This show recognizes that and it plays right into that. And that's what I love. What about you? You still loving it? Has it gotten boring? You're further ahead. He's further ahead
I'm
than
fully caught up on it. Every single Monday when this comes out on Crunchyroll, I'm watching it. And yeah, the series has yet to disappoint. They have introduced some more characters beyond the point where you're at, and it's just been great. They are starting to introduce some additional characters here. This last episode just introduced a new batch of characters, and I'm going to be really quite keen to see where they go with it. It's going to be a lot of fun for this, I think.
Awesome.
So I do know that at the moment the series is currently slated up through 25 episodes, which means it should, in theory, end at the end of this season. Now I don't know if that's going to be the end. To my knowledge, it is still going on in the manga. So what that means for where we're going to continue, is this just going to go on a temporary hiatus and something that will come back?
Yeah.
Or are they going to give us more definitive end of the series? We don't know yet. I hope this is going to go on a hiatus and then it will come back once they have more source material, like we've seen with My Hero Academia and other such series. Bakuman was another one.
Bungo Stray Dogs,
Bungo
which
Stray
is coming
Dogs,
back next season.
Which is coming back next season. We are going to wind up doing probably a preview episode, and we definitely will wind up doing an episode once the first episodes or two are out of each of the shows we'll be watching for the spring season.
Yes,
we'll do some coverage
definitely
on those. And Bungo is definitely going to be one of the ones we'll be talking about there.
All right. Well, we can move on to our next isekai, Rising of the Shield Hero.
This has been a great show. From the very first episode
awesome.
all the way up through now. This has yet to disappoint. And I'll be honest, I mean, all the stuff that we've been watching this season has not disappointed.
No.
And they've all been different in surprising ways. And Shield Hero has continued with these sort of darker themes. It's lightened up a little bit now, which is good, because they were really going down some dark routes with it. And I think they're going to come back to that. And I'm really hoping they do, because when it's in those dark moments, it really tends to shine.
Oh, yeah. But it goes, it kind of, it doesn't want to depress the hell out of you, though.
No.
It goes back and forth, and it's following a good way. It
ebbs and flows.
Yes, exactly. Great way to phrase it. But yes, I find it funny that I have such doubts about this show, much like everybody had doubts about the Shield Hero.
Yes.
And yet I've come to love the show, just like, the people. Spoilers.
And as we've talked about other ones before here. There are some people that have questioned whether or not Shield Hero is going to wind up going the harem route, and it hasn't. It has not gone the harem route. There's been some interplay between some of the characters, but they've never taken it there with the main character. He has been continually sort of paternal to these characters, and it's been fantastic the way they've handled it. They've allowed the characters to continue some of the other characters to continue to play with those standard Japanese tropes.
Yes.
Which will definitely appeal to the Japanese and to the American audience that loves those facts, but they never take it there with that main character, which allows everything to not get muddied down with that, which is great. It scratches those itches for those that want that, but it doesn't become the focus of the show.
Yeah, and that's great. Yeah, definitely not a harem. So though the advertising can look like it, a little bit of the art.
Sure.
All right, The Promised Neverland. This was one we talked about a lot because this was out of left field for us. It was just something that, while the art style didn't draw us in, it didn't deter us either. And I gotta say, this thing, as you said earlier, I think a drama, suspense, thriller is what this kind of thing is. And oh geez,
and I think
has me on the edge
our
of my seat every time.
favorite one of this season still.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as that one aired, I can wait for the weekend for a lot of them. As soon as that one airs, I'm downloading it, I'm watching it, and I'm loving it. Yeah,
he was giving me some flack because I was watching it before I came over to watch it with him.
Yeah.
And then he's calling and telling me, I already watched it. So
it just gets you. Once a show gets you, it's hard. It's hard to resist. And I was wanting to watch it together, but then I was like, well, now he told me it airs on that night. I'm going to start watching it that night.
And that's exactly. I am waiting for this to post on Crunchyroll so I can watch it.
Yep. And as soon as it does, we're in there. And the last of them, and this is the last of the ones actually we mentioned in the other video, Dororo, which, as I pointed out, we found out later was a remake.
It is.
Actually from 1969 or so, about 50 years ago. But this one, it's different than what I expected.
Okay.
And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just different. It's almost better than what I expected.
Okay.
And it's because I think it keeps changing direction so rapidly that I don't know where it's going.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes any sense.
No, I understand exactly what you mean.
It just keeps throwing curveballs. One episode is about this person who, and then you're back to the main story, and then this is happening. Without doing spoilers, it's hard to talk about, but it is definitely worth the journey. It is definitely great.
Very much so. Now, I really like the series. It has gone exactly in the way I've been expecting it to go, and I've been very pleased with the things that I've been seeing. I did a little bit more research on Dororo, and the original manga for it never finished.
Ooh.
So the original manga for it only went for, I think, maybe about a year and a half, and then the original series that was done did take it to a completion. Now, again, given the fact that the manga never actually finished, whether or not they talked to the original creator to get an ending for it, I don't know. So
Game of Thrones situation?
at this point, it's comparative, yes.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it was the original creator that crafted that ending for them, or if they created it on themselves. We don't know with this, of course, whether or not the current anime is going to follow a similar end to the original anime, or if they're going to create something else on their own. Don't know. I have my suspicions about where it's going to go. I have my hopes about where it's going to go, and yes, it has continued to be very good and dark.
Oh yeah.
This has been really, the last 2 episodes that I just watched here were probably some of the darkest that I've seen.
Yeah, it's not your happy
No.
anime. That's that time I was reincarnated as slime. If you need a pick me up, if you want something a little
Yes.
more edgy, Dororo is where you go.
Actually, I would say that these last 2 episodes of Dororo that I've watched are probably the darkest of any of the things that I've seen this entire season. It is dark.
Well, I mean, I think that wraps it up. I think this winter 2019 anime season has been great. Probably more shows I'm watching simultaneously than in the last few seasons, I can honestly
probably
say.
in the last year or two.
It's been a great season, and we can only hope it continues next season.
So in the comments below, tell us, are you still watching the shows that you watched? Did you check out any of ours? And are the shows that you're watching, have they been holding up? Do you think they're going to end well? Let us know.
Oh, definitely. I'm interested to find out. And if there's anything we're missing still, let us know. We can always catch up on it.
Yep.
Well, I was Jeremy.
And I'm Chad. Please remember, like and subscribe. It really helps us out. And as always,
Don't quote us.